Hey guys, what's going on? It's Thursday morning, coming at you with my daily 9 a.m. video. Before I get into this video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment below. I did do some buying for the first time in a while yesterday. So, if you haven't watched my channel, I'm a long-term investor. I hold 16, 17 stocks. So that's kind of really what I believe in. That's kind of what I do. I do just want to, say why I did what I did today and what my thoughts are in the market in general. It's been a crazy beginning of the week. We'll see how it ends, obviously today and tomorrow. So Plhnf 13, ticker is PLNHF. I bought some shares yesterday at $6.27. So that is 5% of my position of how heavy I went. So it was a pretty small buy. It's been floating around the high sixes, low sevens. I'm pulling it up right now. It's sitting at let's see if this works. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's been sitting at, high sevens, like 710, 705, excuse me, and it's just really crashed the past couple of days. If you look at the 3-month chart, it's almost at the lows, so it's really diving down. So I just want to take advantage of that because with the Orange County location being launched this month and having more revenue and stuff like that now, and being able to transport their products within California now, it's a lot of good news. And I think people, just based on what the market's doing right now, people are just like kind of in April and March, they were leaving their riskier stocks, the riskier plays, their value plays. It's all short-term stuff. But as a long-term investor, I really don't get caught up in the short-term emotion. I just look at it as, okay, I can get a great deal on this. It was $7 a couple weeks ago. Now it's $6.27. Let me average cost up, obviously. My new cost base is $3.96. If you've watched my previous videos, I actually had a cost base at one point at $2.05. And I've been slowly just driving it up, obviously averaging cost up based on the news. If it dips in the, $6.25 or $6 range, I just have to buy it. I really think, long term, the stock's going to be a beast as long as they continue to execute properly, which I think they will. I just showed you that picture on my phone, 3-month lows. It's basically there. If we have one more red day, a strong red day, and obviously in the stock, we'll probably be at 3-month lows. So my thoughts on this, would I buy again? Yes. If the stock goes to 575, I will buy again, and I'll probably buy heavier than 5%. So I'll continue to average cost up, but I will definitely average cost up for sure. So that's kind of where I'm at with this one. If you currently don't own this stock, is it a bad buy right now? No, I think this is a really good buy. Anything sub $7, in my opinion, is a good buy if you're a long-term investor. So definitely one that's really exciting. I bought yesterday, and that's kind of what I'm doing with that. Some news yesterday that I've been doing recently. A lot of you guys have private messaged me saying how you like it. And, I like keeping it short and sweet, but if you guys wanted me to elaborate anything, I could. It's just, I want to keep it under 10 minutes to keep engagement. So Fed inflation, the Fed's saying the inflation that came out this week is temporary. Obviously it was 5.4% year over year, and I believe it was 0.9% month to month. So both came in higher than what they expected. The month to month came in almost double. They thought it was going to be 0.5, so they were way off on that. However, they still believe it is temporary. I do agree with them. I just have a weird feeling once things get, once supply catches back up with demand and it kind of flattens, kind of levels itself back out, I don't think inflation is going to be as bad as people think. Because I think a lot of people think it's going to be bad is they don't even understand how it really works. And I can make a whole video about what the Fed means by inflation. You can't just look at all this money going into the system and, oh my God, there's so much more money, there has to be inflation. That's not how it works. So I think there's a lot of misconception of how inflation works, but I do think there will be normal inflation in 2022, and I think there might even be deflation depending on how quick the market recovers. That's my opinion. The market right now obviously is very emotional. I never really understood that because if you look at fundamentals of companies and you look at long-term visions, like we clearly know there's a vaccine out now, things are getting a little more back to normal. You know, obviously in some parts of Asia and I believe Australia and maybe Europe, there are some places, you know, in the world that are going back on lockdowns or having more restrictions, but like that's all short-term stuff. Like obviously the vaccine's out, it's working very well in the United States. You know, we're gonna distribute our vaccines out and scale it out everywhere. It just, you know, like Japan, for example, they're not having spectators at the Olympics, and that's fine. But I think only like 20% of Japan has their first vaccine shot, whereas I think over 70% now have it their second in the United States. So they're just a little behind us, but we just, you know, it's basically what I'm getting as the market's just super emotional and they get really caught up on like really short-term problems, and it causes people to jump out of these stocks. Like just like look at April, March. I guarantee if you could rewind it back, you know, 3 months, people will be like, oh my God, I wish I bought more in April, March. So we might have something similar to an April, March in, you know, the back half of July and August. I hope we do, because I have 30% cash ready. I've been accumulating cash, I've been buying. So, you know, I'm ready to deploy cash. This is just the start of it in case it bounces back up. Obviously, I just wanted to build it a little bigger in case, you know, some really good news comes out with earnings. You know, earnings comes out soon for a lot of these companies for Q2. So that's really, or is it Q2, yeah. So Q2 earnings comes out soon. You know, obviously I think the inflection point will be sometime in October. I really do. So what that means is basically we'll really get a better picture of how bad inflation is long-term around October time, maybe even November, but I think it's going to be October. We'll get a really good picture of it. So I think the Fed's going to do a whole bunch of nothing until at least October. So, you know, I'm banking on it being a short-term inflation, not long-term inflation. And I really think the Fed isn't lying about it. They're being pretty honest. They're not really lying about something. But you know, it's exciting. So like volatility in big days like this where they got hammered, you know, stocks get hammered. There's a lot of opportunity. So yeah, so that's all I got. If you guys like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment below. Until tomorrow, that's all I got. Peace.